The Patriot team guarantees Air and Army Guard, Reserve, and coalition partners will become better warriors during their 2-week annual training. Each summer, Volk Field and Fort McCoy Army Base in Wisconsin host a Patriot training exercise, providing Guard, Reserve, and coalition forces with realistic hands-on experience. The Patriot team works with you to design your training around your warriors' needs. During planning conferences throughout the year, you'll collaborate with other players to design scenarios that meet your unit's training objectives.
The commanders have complete control of what they want to do for their training.
That warrior needs-based agreement continues during the actual training weeks at Patriot.
If something happens on a given day and they didn't like the outcome, they're able to do it again the next day.
And it's also a time to experiment, from testing new medical equipment to evaluating combat operations.
This is a great place to come and try new things, because if it doesn't work, nobody gets in trouble as long as nobody gets hurt.
This multi-service, multinational opportunity exposes your people to the same environment they'll get in a diplomatic, disaster, or deployed theater.
Bringing everyone together on the ground at one point, getting that synchronization and that synergy to work together, different forces, is a great training tool, great training opportunity.
The Army brings its combat and rescue aviation components such as Blackhawks and Chinooks. The Air Force also delivers firepower and airlift such as F-16s and C-130s. Our allies provide a cultural exchange aspect, encouraging players to overcome language barriers and observe how other nations confront battle situations and medical emergencies.
We start out on day one as a bare base, much like if a disaster had hit the U.S. or we're showing up in the Middle East or some other place for the first time. The airlift control element comes in and takes control of the airfield, and then the comm people come in, set the base up so we have communications capability.
Combat Communications delivers secure and non-secure network infrastructure, DSN, and commercial telephone and encrypted ground-air radio.
We can go into an austere environment and provide communications where there was none before.
And then the main body shows up. Because it is annual training, then that first week people start doing some of their annual requirements, do classroom training, do CPR, do small weapons training, do the things they need to essentially brush the rust off and be ready for the war that starts the second week.
The war can be anything from a combat operation overseas to a domestic operation on American soil. The surf Ps come into a disaster scene and begin decontamination and triage. Army and Air Combat Forces face a combat mission in an urban environment and test their communication capabilities.
We've got a lot of younger guys that haven't deployed to combat yet, and so giving them the opportunity to actually get out and work with the different airframes and platforms and see how the coordination is conducted is definitely good for their job education.
With an expansive range, targets, and urban buildings, aircraft such as A-10s and F-16s can use live or dry munitions while ground forces train like they fight.
We can use the facilities here to do real-world training. When we deploy, we take the exact same equipment that we train with, and we do our mission exactly how we've trained to do our mission. So if you're not able to come out here and talk live to the aircraft, practice pulling coordinates, then if you get in country, you're going to be a little rusty.
Mid-battle, medevac teams rescue injured warriors via helo, then transport the wounded to the base hospital.
We are learning a lot, so things are going right and things are going wrong. Things are changing, planes are not always available, and things have to change. People have to adapt, so that's what's about an exercise and what's about in real missions.
The medical team receives patients and then sends them through triage, the operating room and recovery ward, or stabilizes them before medical evacuation.
This is pretty close approximation to what we will have if we're deployed in terms of what equipment we're going to work with, potentially what injuries we're going to see, and the processes of going through that.
Well, Patriot's a great training venue.
It offers us a great opportunity to get out here and work without having a safety issue and people falling out from dehydration, et cetera, et cetera.
It's a better preparation for when you go to Afghanistan, or somewhere else where you have to work with another country. So you get an all-round feeling of working with different nationalities.
They've been eager to give us the opportunity to integrate our technology into their scenarios and to provide us with feedback. Everything's run smoothly.
It's a CRTC, which means that it doesn't cost much for a unit to come up and train, and the available facilities for training are immense. I mean, we have a live fire range here, we have shooting ranges right at Fort McCoy. The community is very supportive of the military training in this area, so it's definitely a good place for us to come out and be able to train across our entire spectrum of our operations.
It is that type of retreat where you're able to get away and really tune in, because there's some training that if you try to do 1 week in a month and you don't really fully immerse yourself in it, but you can come up here and you can really immerse yourself in the training with the guys and meaningful, and guys get to kind of push each other and test each other and see if they can stress each other out, and you know, how do we respond. So it's just that job satisfaction. The reason that you sign up to do a lot of this work is to come out and test yourself and really push yourself.
You learn how to work in a field. You learn how to improvise on your feet. You learn different techniques that you wouldn't use at a normal hospital. You learn techniques that we use in a deployed setting specifically. Things that can save somebody's life right then and there. So it's really good.
We're here to help the individual units have the best annual training they can possibly have.
Patriot is sponsored by the National Guard Bureau and coordinated and run by Air National Guard Air Operations. Planning for summer training begins in the preceding fall. Get in early during the planning conferences so the Patriot Exercise team can help you develop your ideal annual training. Patriot Exercise, the best training for our best hometown warriors.